Well, I mean, it can be if we don't come out and play real well. We got to be able to stop them in the running game to at certain times without question. We got to be able to not be on the football field. Our defense, which not allow them to drive down the field whether they score or not. But if our defense has to be on, out there each series 8 to 10 to 12 plays, then it's going to wear us down. And a little bit of that, that goes back on our defense. Force some 3 and outs and get some turnovers. Can't always rely on the offense to control the ball and get first downs. But they go hand in hand. We're going to have to make some 3 and outs. We're going to have to get some turnovers on defense, and then our offense has got to get first downs. If we can play that kind of ball game, then we won't get into the type of game they want to get into. So that's going to be critical in how we execute on offense and obviously defensively creating some stops. Well, we've got to. Yeah, I mean, we've got to do what we do best, right? And we got to keep getting better. We're not nearly good enough, but we got to go out and execute our game plans and play tough, play hard, and we want to. We're trying to move ourselves as a program, is what I believe in, and is to be a tough, hard-nosed football team. And we're making strides, but we're nowhere near where I know we can be, and we're gonna be. But we got to go out and hit people. And we got to keep doing it for 4 quarters. And until we learn to be extremely physical, play in and play out, we're not going to get to where we want to. I think we've clearly made some steps. I think it's very evident watching our football team the last few weeks that we're becoming more and more physical, and we're starting to take the fight to people. And it's you're seeing the beginning of it. And but we're going to have it in this game if we want to have a chance to be in this ball game. He's a great runner, and not necessarily by design. It's all a lot of times broke down by if he doesn't like what he sees throwing the ball, he's going to run it, and I think that's my biggest concern. More of those situations that happen than him throwing the ball, to be quite frank, because he's going to get his throwing yards. And generally he's going to get his running yards. But the problem is when he runs is a lot of times it's in such critical situations. It's 3rd and median, 3rd and long, and he converts first downs and keeps drives alive. And so that's the challenge we have and everyone has faced to this point. So we've got to be good in those situations. From what I've seen, he's the best, and he's the most complete guy when it comes to throwing the football and running it as well as he does. And there's some other really good quarterbacks in this league, and it's not to take anything away from any of them because they're outstanding players. But Andrew probably has the most complete package of both, and his ability to throw it with great accuracy and his ability to run the football not only with speed but with strength and his toughness. And this guy's a surefire NFL football player, and he's an excellent football player, and I do think he's the most complete quarterback in our league right now. Nothing for sure. We're like I said before, we're still looking at John Fullington at left tackle, Mike Hannon back at right, and obviously we could always bump Wade Jacobson at left and have Andrew Rojas play in there. Chris Brummer can obviously come in at center. So those are kind of the key guys now. I think Elliot Bosch is still in the mix at tackle in some capacity as well. He really belongs inside at guard or center, but that's what we're kind of going to experiment through today. Elliot, we recruited very hard to walk on a year ago, and he redshirted a year ago as a tight end, but we knew he was going to be something in some capacity and help our football program. And he redshirted in this last fall, and then we moved him to offensive line in the middle of spring. And then he's put on some weight, and he's had a good fall camp, really. He's very tough. He's a hard worker. He's very smart. He's about 265 pounds, 6'3 plus, 265. A year from now, he'll be close to 280. I really think he's got a bright future here. He's one of those guys that'll work himself into a starting lineup, within a year or two. So he's those type of guys I've been looking for, and he fits that mold. And I've been very pleased with his progress. He's just beginning his second year here, and but I think he's going to be a heck of a Cougar here before it's all said and done. It is an option, and it's something we're talking to him about and trying to decide if it's something we're going to do. There's no question that he could help us at tackle, so we've got to evaluate that with him and his personal feelings and where we sit right now as a team. We've tinkered with Skylar Stormo playing in there a little bit. It's not the ideal situation, obviously. So we are talking to Alex, and so that is a possibility. Absolutely, and I said that way back from day one here, and it's starting to show and the fruits of our labor here a little bit, and we got guys like Jack Wilson, who's been a special team standout for us. We've got Bennett Bontemps, who's been outstanding. These are first-year freshmen that have, quite frankly, come in and done very well. And Bennett's actually going to play more and more in receiver because he's developed and done an excellent job there. Justin Mann is come into us, and he's helping us a lot on special teams. Andrew Fernie at kicking we're going to continue to incorporate him more and more. Kicking the football has been a great benefit for us just this year in itself. Obviously, Elliot Bosch is another one that is helping us and doing good things. And we have some others that we're redshirting right now. Kyle McCartney is another one we brought in our first year, who's an excellent special teams player. And we've got a lot of guys. Even Myron Beck was a walk-on. Jeffrey Solomon were walk-ons that came to us. And a lot of these guys have already earned scholarships, and they're doing great things. And that's not going to change. We're going to have those guys. And I've been very, this is early stages in a program development, and you're starting to see those guys come in and have impact on this football team.